Hey, what's up, guys? Look, and this video is all about cold calling, okay? So if you're doing what's vital to the title and you're jumping on the phone, you're talking to these home sellers yourself or from your VA, this is the video for you, because if you're using REI Reply, Go High Level, or any sort of white label version of it, you need to know you don't need to go anywhere else to handle this, okay? I'm going to show you a couple of different ways we use to call out. After a couple of different consultations, I noticed some people like to do it, but they just don't know how to do it in a systematic way. So if you stick around, the very last part is to show you how to set this up to make it like your own call center, like Call Tools or something like that, right? So stick around. You got to. It's no cheating, right? So let me share my screen. I'm going to get right to it. Here's what I'm going to show you guys, okay? There's a couple of different ways to call directly on one-off calls, okay? So when you're in the system and you're on the smart list, or you're anywhere basically in the system, what you're going to do is go to this icon here, right there, okay? And that's going to be to call out on the one-off. While using this option is one of our favorites here, is because you can control which number this call comes from. Okay, so your VA makes the call and they qualify the homeowner, and then your manager or your acquisition guy or yourself gets on the phone with them. Perfect scenario, because when you enter this phone number here, now what happens is if you insert this phone number right here and you start dialing, what you'll see is a +1 will show up, right? That's just how the system works. You type in the whole phone number, and then you can choose which phone number this is coming from. Let me move this out of the way. So now your VA made the call from one phone number, your acquisition guy calls back and he says, boom, I'm from, the other office or yourself, whatever. And you're calling them from a fresh number. Always contact me on this phone number. Great, right? That's how you control that part, okay? Now, here's the other part of that. Let's say we choose an actual person. And so when we're inside of the record itself, we can call them another way, okay? And the way that we do that is we use the phone icon, except it's going to be in this area right here. So we click that, we make the call, and whatever number is assigned to this person here, that's where that number is going to come from, okay? Very straightforward, easy to go, right? So you're doing your checkups, you're making your calls, you just click there for every record, right? Go to the next record, click there. Now, I told you that there was a way to set this up where you could call people and it just happens on autopilot, right? And if you didn't cheat, here it is right here, okay? So let me move this over to the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to go automations. Man, you guys are look, you guys are getting a front row seat of this. So we're going to create the workflow, start from scratch. And the first thing we're going to do in our workflow is we're going to add in a manual action, okay, which is the manual call, okay? We're going to add that, save action. I'm going to name this cold call workflow, okay? And save this. Now, when you have this in place and you have the cold call workflow, now what you're able to do is go back to all of your contacts. So let's do that. I'm going to go contacts. I'm going to hit the eyeball there. There we go. Now we're going to go to all of our contacts. We're going to choose how many records we want, and we're going to add it to that workflow, right? So when we add stuff to the workflow, I know what you're thinking. Okay, in a workflow, we're going to add that in drip mode. Like I said in previous videos. Scratch that.
Forget about it. See ya.
Because with a manual action, it doesn't have to be in drip mode. Because the first action that you're going to take is a manual action. Follow me? Okay, we're on the same page. Gotcha. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose the workflow, and that first action, like I said, is going to be a manual action, right? So nothing happens until you start. Now, once you add all of those to the right workflow, now you go over to your conversations. It's going to be a tab there that says manual actions. You choose manual actions. Here we are. Now, we're going to choose that cold call. We're going to choose that cold call workflow. And then that first thing is going to be, actually, this is one workflow here where the manual action is a call. You can see right here, it says, let's start. And that's how you kick off these workflows. So your VA gets in there. They'll look for the particular workflow. They hit let's start. And as you start, right, it'll kick off and it'll dial the first person. I know what you're thinking. Let's go ahead and do one.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live.
Here, 1 second. I'm going to call this guy, and then you can see what happens after I make the call. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to have to blank this guy's information out. We're going to get a couple of rings. All right, there we go. So that happened there. No answer, busy, completed, or voicemail. So when no one answers, kind of self-explanatory, you got the no answer there. When it's busy, you'll never get a busy signal through Twilio. It just won't happen, right? It's almost pointless to have that. Voicemail, if you leave them a voice message, please click that. If you completed the call, which means someone picked up and they gave you some information that you could use. It's a wrong number, they're not interested, the house has been sold, whatever that is, right? You use completed and then you disposition it. If you have my snapshot, boom, you can do that real easy and it'll put it in the right place for you. So everything is categorized, notations and everything. All right. Wait, pause. I just wanted to stop right here to say, I know I mentioned this a couple of times before, but a snapshot is only a set of custom fields, workflows, funnels, websites, everything like that someone has already created and that can be uploaded into your system. So there's the do-it-yourself version or there's the done-for-you version, okay? And in my snapshot, it has all of those fields, workflows that easily led to people keeping in contact with all of their leads, warm, hot, cold, and also reaching out to new people to get a contract in no time, okay? Once you get that, though, you're going to have to want to know, or you're going to have to know how to work it, right? So you can sit down with me for an hour and get some of this game, right? So it's grasping advanced methods and expertise, right? If you sit down with me, now you won't get banned by Twilio, or you reduce the chances of getting banned by Twilio, but you increase the chances that you're going to get a lead, a contract, a sold property in no time. So contact me, let me know. Back to the video. It's that simple. So once you hit completed or no answer, you'll notice up here that this lead is loading up to go to the next lead, right? If you want to hurry up and get to the next person, you can click the arrow. If you needed more time to record any sort of information about the conversation or anything like that, you add it right here. Right? You hit pause, you add in the information, and then you move on to the next one and hit next lead. That's the way that you add in people and do your cold call, so it kicks off on a single line dialer, right? Each person, and if you have more than one VA, all of them can be calling at the same time, right? So that's awesome. So now they don't have to leave this system almost for anything. If they're calling, texting, sending Facebook messages, any of that stuff, all of it could be handled right here. Look, I don't know, man. You guys are getting a master class, but the only thing I ask for you, the only thing I ask from you is that you like, subscribe, comment. That's please. Right. I like to see a comment down there where somebody tells me about the next video they like to see, the issue that they're having, right? Let's talk. Get into the comments, like, share, subscribe, all of that. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out.